We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only At the Bottom is coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Ghostbusters Plasma Series, Winston Zeddemore. For the package, done up to kind of look like the jumpsuit with the name right down there, and then you can see got a little zipper thing going there. Background kind of looks like the jumpsuit texture. Got the open window that fully showcases them. Got the No Ghost logo down here. Artistic image of the four Ghostbusters there on the side. Some diagram stuff on that side. What's on the bottom? Nothing really on the bottom. Then you come around to the back of the package, and it says, "The voice of reason. Winston's the one you want on your corner when times get tough." Basically because he explains things for everybody to understand. And you can see all the figures here that when you collect them, you get the parts to create Vince Clortho, specifically his Terror Dog form. But for the packaging on Winston here, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright, so here we have Winston Zeddemore. Okay. Here we have him opened up and out of his packaging. And much like all of the other figures so far, we do get a Build-A-Figure piece of Vince Clortho. This being the right back leg for him. Can tell because it doesn't have that joint up here at this section. You just have the little rotation part right here, which all it is just rotation. It doesn't hinge in and out. And then you have a little hinge here in rotation, and you got the ugly ass toes right down there. Now for his accessory, this has created a fair amount of kind of confusion and aggravation, I guess, by some collectors. He comes with a proton stream, but he's the only one to include it. And that's definitely odd unless they're planning on something in the future. You can see that you got a clear orangish centerpiece right here. It is a little bit wavy, and then you get a translucent blue outer section kind of looking like electricity. I do like the way that the electricity kind of looks. The orange piece is a little bit more rigid, whereas this is a little bit more flexible. Now, I'm gonna bring in the original Matty Collector one. Whoa, that was crazy, but I guess that means that we're getting close to whatever it is we're building towards. But here is that original Matty Collector one. Now, some people may forget that these did not come with the figures initially either. It wasn't until future releases, and I want to say that they only gave us one as well. And then with subsequent releases, they gave us the rest of them so that you can swap these with all the other figures. Personally, I still think that this one is better looking. I like that it's a little bit longer. The smaller one, though, does work pretty good in terms of weight. The long one kind of weigh things down over time. That might just be the way that this little attachment point was designed. But you can see it is a darker orange. This does look more like a toy, to be totally honest with you. This looks a lot better because the even orange bit right here has some like molded in bumps, giving it a different look. This is completely smooth. The electricity also looks kind of toyish in the fact that, I mean, it doesn't really matter that it's rubbery or anything. It's just the coloring of it. This looks a lot more electrifying. Now, coming over to take a look at the rest of his accessories, he just comes with the backpack, or proton pack, I should technically say. So, getting this up and lifting this over, I'll show you how to attach this. So, you have the neutrino on, you got that piece right here, and it gets a little bit warped right there. This just comes in and it plugs in there. It goes in there fairly far. You can see it goes all the way down here, which gives a really nice solid connection to this. I don't feel like that's going to be pulling that down really over time. I am curious if this will fit on here. Yeah, kinda. It really stretches that, but you could do it if you really wanted to. I mean, if you know, yeah, because that just really stretches that out. I mean, you could do it, and when you push it on there, I mean, it again gives a very secure hold to it. So I guess if you have these original ones, you could still kind of use it. Just realize that it is going to stretch this out and make it kind of flare out here, so you would really want to be careful with it. This, though, I think has a much better connection point. I still think that this is better looking, to be totally honest with you. So there's that, and you can see how it attaches to him. So you go, and when you shake around, that actually looks pretty darn cool. So there's that. Proton Pack, exact same sculpt, basically the exact same paint job. The only difference is now Winston has the lower right bit right on here lit up, so that's the only difference really there. But the Winston is a really good looking figure. I don't know necessarily if I like the smile. I feel like him, well, I mean, it's not too bad, but he's usually a fairly happy guy, so I guess that's okay. Now for the comparisons, Winston didn't really get a lot of figures in the original line, which kind of sucks. I mean, coming back, the very first one that we got, obviously with the backpack attached to it. Again, backpack is a better deal. I wonder if this fits on here. Oh, no, that's not going to fit because this piece right here comes down and there's no cut right in there, so you can't really use this. This is the only one that you could use for it, so there's that. But this does, yeah, it bends over time. So this is the original Winston. The backpack is attached to it, so you can't really change anything. He's got the gloves right here, whereas the new Winston does not have any of the gloves or anything. And then you got that hole right there, much like Peter did. Again, I wish they did something slightly different with that. The next one that we got, I believe, was the one with the removable backpack. Really not too much from the previous one, although the torso's probably different because this isn't attached to it, so this is all a newly sculpted piece. But you can also see that they didn't put the gloves on him because he's got the gloves on him, which that's some really nice kind of consistency. The only other one that we got was the slime blower one. So here's the slime blower one from Ghostbusters 2. Well, I guess technically we got another one in the Ghostbusters 2 dark costume, I guess. But hey, just to really piss people off, here's his niece. Let's bring her in. You can have her for a size comparison. So there we go. I know, blasphemy, right? Blasphemy as a Ghostbuster. I have the answer the call figures with the original group, but I mean, I'm still happy with how he looks in general. I mean, all the heads except for this one here, he's smiling in this one. The other heads are pretty much the same. This is another one where it really feels like a lot of these from the side, it does a little bit better of a job of capturing the likeness than maybe straight on. That definitely looks like Ernie Hudson, though, at least in my personal opinion. And because I've been doing it with all the other ones, here is the Subway Ghost. So you can see, again, scale-wise, I still think that all these different ghosts, you know, this is getting a little bit yellow. I wonder if my little de-yellowing trick would work on clear plastic. That'd be interesting. But all of the ghosts, I think, scale still really very nicely with these figures. So again, accessory-wise, I think that you can carry over those original ones to the new figures. You know, that all just kind of depends on whether or not Hasbro is going to give us ghosts as well, which hopefully they do. Articulation is all basically the same. You got the head, you got the butterfly joints, swivels, hinges, all of that same articulation is there. Great detail still on them. Pretty much identical to all the other ones. The WINSTON ZEDDEMORE patch right there. Got the No Ghost logo. He's got his walkie-talkie and such. You got the little yellow hose. So all of it is there, and I think looks terrific. You know, but even attaching this one on, it slowly is bending down. So, I don't know, honestly, if that's something that I'm going to want. I know a lot of people are going to want to display these guys with that on there, but I'm seeing this bend, and I just feel like over time it's going to be slowly pulling down, and that is definitely unfortunate. I don't know how they could have done it differently, to be honest, other than making this a harder plastic, but I feel something like this, they probably, safety-wise, would have to do as a soft plastic. So just bear that in mind, that I feel over time this is going to pull it down more. But it still looks cool, and obviously you have to have Winston Zeddemore in your collection. I mean, he completes the quartet of Ghostbusters. And while he wasn't one of the original 3, he has come on and has been an absolute necessary part of the team. So you have to have him. And you also need him to get this piece. Otherwise, you're going to have a 3-legged pterodog, which is going to be weird. So as a Ghostbuster fan, I would absolutely recommend picking him up. Much like all the other ones, he is the best looking representation of Winston Zeddemore that we've ever gotten, in my opinion. And pulling out those old Matty Collector ones, I really do hope that they continue the line and give us the Ghostbuster 2 versions, because I would love a slime blower pack version of Winston. That would just be fun. So all that being said, I do recommend him. He will be hitting various retail locations fairly soon. So if you are looking for these guys, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can make it really easy on yourself and just go to Big Bad Toy Store. For that, I'll put a link right down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Ghostbuster figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one very small thing for me. And that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons, who through their continued support help to make reviews like this possible. And if you'd like information on how you can help support my channel and reviews, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/optibotamus. And as always, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.